this demonstration, I'm going to show how to move a FEM component in an assembly FEM by using a coordinate system. That is done through a command called position component by CSys. You can get it from the ribbons here, and you can also get to it from the simulation navigator. When you select a FEM component, you can position component by coordinate system. And if I take a look at this setup, I have an assembly FEM. It has a CAD assembly with eight part files, eight CAD components, and then the same FEM is mapped to these block part files. So their orientation of the FEM components is all with respect to the CAD model. And I'm going to update that with this one component by being able to make that FEM component position relative to a coordinate system in the assembly FEM. But before I do that, let me go into the FEM component as well and show that this coordinate system is being used by the nodes of this model. So if I look at nodal coordinate system and take a look at the displacement system for this coordinate system, all of the nodes in that component or that FEM are using that coordinate system for the displacement system, and then it's also using they're all using that coordinate system as the reference coordinate system. And when we go into the assembly FEM, that's all propagated. Instead of just this one instance, all 8 instances have that same behavior for each of their coordinate systems highlighted in the tree here. Okay, so now I want to create a new coordinate system in the assembly FEM. I'm going to do that just by specifying the origin and y points. So I'm going to just offset relative to the absolute coordinate system, say 50 millimeters. And then for the x point, I'll offset 100 millimeters. I need to offset 50 again in x, and then I'll do 50 in y. It gives me a new coordinate system that's parallel to this absolute system and this system here. Okay, so then I will say OK here and give this a new name called FEM. And now I can position any of these components relative to this coordinate system. So I'll do it for this one, and I'll select that in the simulation navigator. Notice it's still associated to this CAD component for its initial orientation, but I'm going to position it using a coordinate system now. I have my component selected, and then I'm going to pick my new coordinate system by label from the drop-down menu, and then I'll say OK here. And then when I do say OK, this component will move by 50 millimeters because this coordinate system that I'm orienting with respect to has moved from the absolute over by 50 millimeters. And then I also get a message saying that this component will no longer be mapped to this CAD component. Instead, it's going to be unmapped. So now we're saying we're assigning a positioning coordinate system, and we're going to remove the mapping relationship. And I'll say OK to this. My component moves, so now I've got 100 millimeter distance between the positioning coordinate system and the component, as if we had the 100 millimeters between the original positioning coordinate system and the component in its initial state. And then if I go and edit coordinate system, we'll see that I can move it and my component will move as well. So instead of offsetting by 50 in the x, I'm going to offset by minus 50 in the x. And the coordinate system moves, and notice I now have an update pending. So I'm going to go ahead and update my assembly FEM. And now my FEM component related to that coordinate system has updated as well. Okay, so then take a look at the number of coordinate systems we have here. We end up with 9 coordinate systems, but one aspect of this is in terms of the output in the solver input files. So for Nastran, I'm only going to get 8 coordinate systems, one coordinate system per instance in my assembly FEM, and then this system will actually not get written out to the assembly FEM. So we'll see that each of these coordinate systems will be defined relative to the absolute system of the assembly FEM, and we don't have a nesting of this one coordinate system relative to this one, which would be relative to absolute. So if I do a export of my simulation to Nastran and say OK here. Oh, before I want to do that, I want to resolve. I have label management conflicts with respect to at least the coordinate systems, so I'm going to just automatically resolve those as a quick step. And you can see D of 2, that coordinate system in the AFEM is still there, but the others were modified. They were previously all one. I'm sorry, they were all 1, but now they've all been offset. So what's interesting is this coordinate system here is going to have an ID of 3 in the. Now I'm going to export this simulation. Okay, here, and overwrite. And instead of 9 coordinate systems, we get 8. We'll go ahead and open up this notepad, open up that input file. We go to the coordinate systems. It's already located here. We see coordinate system, the ID is 3, and then the relative coordinate system here, the ID is 0. So this is all with respect to the absolute coordinate system and not, my 2. And I don't have a coordinate system 2 in this definition of my Nastran coordinate systems. So that is one limitation of this capability. The orientation is possible within the Simcenter 3D model, but that does not propagate into the Nastran input file. This concludes the demonstration.